Yo, what's good guys? So today I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can implement a YouTube sales funnel into your business. So that way you can get more leads, you can nurture those leads, you can pre-handle objections and answer frequently asked questions. YouTube is such a powerful platform because people spend a large amount of time with you and you have that time to build a lot of trust and credibility with them. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly the strategy I use whenever I sign a new client, the way I look at their data, and then the way that I help create ideas that actually do well on this channel. So in this video, I'm going to be using my client Mike as an example here. Mike signed with us around 3 months ago, and within the first 5 videos, we're actually outperforming his channel's average by a pretty decent amount. So I'm going to get into that data a little bit later with you guys, but for now, I want to talk about the beginning stages of when Mike first started with us. So the first thing I asked Mike for, even in the sales calls, was I wanted to gather data. I wanted to get all his sales calls, whether they closed or they didn't, so that way I could put them into an LLM software like Manus, have it read all the data from the sales calls, and then spit out a bunch of information about his audience. So their psychodemographics, their age, their gender, even their race. I wanted to know everything about the people that I'm trying to sell to, so that way I can tailor the information inside of the YouTube videos to better speak to his audiences. So what I did was I segmented both people. So he had people that already had a car rental business and then people looking to start. It looked like 80% of his audience was just mainly beginners, people looking to start a car rental business instead of more seasoned people that have already started it. So their pain points were completely different. So the beginners, they had different reasons for buying from Michael than the people that already had car rental businesses. Maybe the people with car rental businesses, they wanted some software, they needed a better way to manage their time essentially. But the people that were just starting, they wanted to escape that rat race. They wanted to leave their 9 to 5, quit their job, provide more money for their family, spend more time with the wife and kids. They had a completely different reason for buying. And it's very important that we segmented both audiences for the YouTube channel. Although Mike does still talk about some high-level car rental business stuff, most of the videos that we're making for him, they are targeted more towards a beginner persona. So right here on the doc, you can see this is actually his onboarding form. This is the document I presented to him when I first started working with him to break down his ideas and the way I was thinking and then the strategy that I wanted to implement into his YouTube channel. So on this document, you can see the first thing I have is actually a screenshot from Google Trends. If you haven't used Google Trends before, it's really important to use this whenever you're creating ideas to see if those ideas are searchable. So I had a theory in my head whether or not car rental business was getting a healthy amount of searches on YouTube, or maybe Turo was getting more of that traffic. And what I saw was Turo was getting a lot of traffic compared to car rental business on YouTube. And the reason why is because Turo is just like this app that like takes up a huge market share of the industry. So when people think about starting a car rental business, they're not directly thinking about like starting just like a random one private with their own website, landing page, that sort of thing. They're thinking about like listing a car on Turo. So that's essentially the top of funnel where like people are thinking. That's their solution in their head that, okay, I need to make money and I want to make money renting cars to people. I need to be on Turo. So essentially we need to intercept that traffic. So that's exactly how my plan worked. That was the keyword that I wanted to target in order to bring viewers into Michael's channel because I know it was a keyword that people are using to search. So you can see here just like how much bigger Turo is at dominating the search compared to car rental business. You could see like it's like not even a competition. Sure, it gets some search towards the end of the year, but it's nowhere as massive as Turo. And we know we needed that traffic if we were going to help Michael have a winning YouTube channel. So after that, I just wrote a few notes about like intercepting the traffic, the messaging. The key takeaway was to get Turo in the search terms. And then here, what we did was I created a few ideas that I'll show you a little bit later in this video for Michael's first 4 YouTube videos. So the first one that I wanted to do was How to Start a Car Rental Business in 10 Steps, the Private Rental Blueprint. So as I was doing my research on YouTube, I actually came across this animated video, like a complete cartoon, and it showcased how to start a car rental business in 10 steps. Now, I know you're thinking that like, oh, well, aren't you just like ripping this video idea or copying? It wasn't directly copying because it was almost like a cartoon, you know, it was something that was like super fun, but it did have a lot of views. And I noticed something about it that it said in 10 steps in the title. So with this information, me psychologically trying to figure out how to make this video pop, it occurred to me that, okay, maybe viewers, they want to know exactly how many steps it's going to take them in order to learn this information. So for our title, we included how to start a car rental business in 10 steps. And then we had a little twist with it with the private rental blueprint. So we were adding Michael's twist of how he actually like does this business model too. And I'll show you that YouTube video shortly. And then the next idea was Turo fees explained. So I wanted a video that it'd be a little bit more bottom funnel for Michael, but it'll explain Turo's fees and then why it shouldn't even be an option for you. And you should be looking to do this business model off of the platform, and that's because of the large percentage Turo is taking from both renters and then people using the service to buy cars from. The third idea that I knew would be very important for his YouTube channel was actually a full course video. So if you're in the info space, you know, a lot of people and creators, they have a video online where it's like an hour to 2 hours long, where it's them going over their whole business, breaking down how to actually get the result. And it's framed as like this full course video where you can learn all the information just in this hour-long video. And it kind of works as a VSL where you're pre-handling a ton of objections, you're answering a bunch of questions, you're nurturing them with information, almost like a webinar or something like that. But it works as this video that it's super powerful in converting someone into someone who's like a little bit cold to you and getting them to trust you and see you as an authority and see you as a teacher and someone you can learn from. So I knew this video would be a very big video for Michael, and we had to get this out within the first month because it would stand as the foundation for his whole entire YouTube channel. And then the fourth video we actually did, it's not on this list, but it was how I buy cars for my 550K rental business. So I wanted a video that would show people that Michael, he's still not like just only a coach, right? He's not someone just selling you on this business model. He runs this business model himself, and he was able to grow it this much. And I wanted to tailor it a little bit more towards beginners, so you can see that the angle we took was how I buy cars, because essentially these beginners, they're going to be in the same exact situation where they're going to have to buy cars also. And also it just psychologically made sense that like after you learn the business model, which was the full guide video, the third video, you'd be looking to buy cars. So it just psychologically made sense as the next video in order that you would have to watch if you wanted to pull this business model off for yourself. So I know what you might be thinking. Yes, this is a lot of YouTube videos. This is a lot of information essentially you'd be giving away to viewers for free. But in order to get this YouTube strategy to work, you need people to trust you. And right now, the biggest thing in 2026 is fighting through that trust recession. You should be looking for every possible way to get people to trust you on camera, because everyone out there is selling some sort of course. Everyone has some sort of results where they help Johnny achieve X, Y, and Z result in a matter of months, right? So we need to look for ways for you to become more trustworthy. And one way of doing that is by giving away some information. Now, you don't have to give away absolutely everything, but you need to give away enough so that way they can see you as someone they need to get information from. So for Michael, he's very B2C. He is targeting a beginner type of person where they are in a certain situation, they don't have a business, they want to make money online and escape the rat race. So all his videos, you'll notice that like even in the title of videos, we're not like saying flat out like quit your 9 to 5, do this business model, quit your job, do this. I just think that's the wrong way of targeting marketing. I know a lot of people, they try to put that in the title, and I actually think it's a negative. Like, it stirs people away because they'll see this online and they'll be like, oh, this guy's trying to get me to quit my job, like internet scammer. Even when I was dating my ex, I met her family, and her family was talking to me about what I do. And I was showing them like, hey, I market for this Forex guy, I market for this guy, I do this. And they're like, oh, aren't these like courses scams essentially? And it made me realize like, wow, like there's so much psychological preconditioning that a person selling this would have to fight through in order to actually get sales into this course. And it made me realize how important trust actually is. So for me, I'll just say another story. There was a sales call that I had, and the sales call went good, and the guy's super nice, super friendly. But when he joined the call, he asked where I'm from. So I already knew he had this like preconceived notion that I was from India, right? Because obviously I look very Indian, but I don't talk Indian. And he was like, bro, where are you even from? Like, what time is it right now? And that's what he said to me. And I said, yo, bro, I'm from Florida, you know, like in that chill accent, that chill vibe. And then I could instantly see him drop his shoulders, right? And just that one line of like, yo, bro, I'm in Florida, you know? Made him lose his guard essentially. And what I want you to take away from this is there's all these layers that someone has when they first see you on camera that you need to fight through, and they'll never say it to your face and you'll never know this, but there's all these pre-objections that are never going to come up about you. And if you're able to handle it on camera with the marketing, you're going to have an easier time in the sales call. Whenever they come into your funnel, it's just going to be much easier to sell to them. And that's the whole point of content and marketing, is you want to have a lead flow, but you want to have an easy time selling to that lead flow. So right here, I have Michael's YouTube channel pulled up, and you could actually see that we created 5 videos for him. So we have this one right now, how to start a car rental business in 10 steps. Turfy's the full guide video, how I buy cars. And then we have this one that just came out a few days ago, which is a case study. But before, if you go on his YouTube channel, you can actually see like he was getting low views, like car rental workshop. This one had 212 views, 180, 408, 459, 1.4K on this one, which is actually a pretty good one. 1.4, 500, 400, 5.1 on this one, which was super good for him. But you can see that the views are pretty inconsistent. And from like 10 months ago, you know, he only had like few YouTube videos that actually hit over 4 figures, right? And when he came to us, you know, he was actually looking for a content strategy to get consistent views and bring in consistent book calls, which I think we have knocked it out the park with him, bringing in just like views in general. And then he's even told me he's starting to get booked calls. He thinks this content ecosystem is working. He's been posting shorts and then Instagram reels, but he said how YouTube is also helping with nurturing the people too. So from this content ecosystem we have for him, you can see we already have 2 videos that are over 1,000 views. And I'll show you the data in a second, but these are constantly growing. They're not stopping at all. And this first video, it's actually very interesting because it died for a little bit and then it recently just exploded again. So let me get into the data for you guys. Yo, what's good, guys? So on my screen right here, you can see the videos that we just did. Right here, this is the analytics from the first YouTube video. And you could actually see that it didn't start gaining views, like massive views, until a few days ago. It started out as like a 1 out of 10 on his YouTube channel. It outperformed his channel average is essentially what I'm trying to say here. And it like did very good for a first YouTube video. It did like over 500 views, right? Which was past his average. So we already knocked it out the park there. But as you can see, within like a few days, it just started taking off for whatever reason. And we kind of knew this was going to happen once we started posting on the account, that like some of these videos would essentially explode later on. First off, because in the strategy, we literally like had Turo in the title, which is constantly getting search traffic on it. So we knew that like just organically it'd start getting like a little views here and there. But we did not think that it would be this big right off rip, which was super good. And then here is the full guide video. So this was the other video that, you know, when we did a lot of planning for it, essentially. Like it was an hour-long video. I took a lot of time writing the script for this, and it essentially like spawned in with like over 1,000 views, and then it grew to over 2,400 views. So with YouTube analytics and most people's YouTube channels, they actually like die. A lot of videos just die. They'll have this line on them and then it'll just flatline, like it'll never still go up. And something with us is we want to create YouTube videos that are going to last on a channel and be evergreen and keep bringing you in views and hopefully leads also. So I know another common thing that I always get asked is like, how long should a YouTube video actually be? And you know, a few years ago, I may have said like 10 minutes on average, because 10-minute videos, they're better for like keeping people engaged on the platform. But YouTube has actually updated and changed a little bit, where it no longer matters the watch time in that aspect. What matters is session watch time. How long can you keep someone on the platform, on your channel in particular? So it's very important to create an ecosystem where all of the videos kind of connect. And I know I was talking about this before, where we have that one full guide video and then we'll have another video like kind of lead into it. So having a channel like this where each video kind of connects with each other helps create more session watch time amongst the channel, and it makes YouTube more confident in sending your videos out to different audiences, because it knows it has a high likelihood of keeping people on the platform for longer. So for the full guide video, we have an hour-long video, and then for the first video, we have a 40-minute video. And you can see that the longer videos really do like help bring people in, and they do account for a lot of views and also just overall watch time on the channel, which YouTube sees that us bringing in a lot of watch time, and they're just going to send more people that are interested in the car rental business space to our channel. So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about before we actually end the video is editing versus no editing on your content, because I see it's this like thing, it's this question whether or not you should do it. Some people are leaning towards edited, some people are leaning towards more edited stuff, and it really depends on your audience. And it also depends like how good enough are you as a speaker, where if you're able to talk on camera and that be the only thing that people stay for, yeah, you don't really need editing in your content too much, especially if you're selling to a more sophisticated buyer, because you don't really need to like eye rape them with a lot of visuals or anything like that to keep them engaged. Usually if your information's good enough, you should be able to retain a large amount of people speaking. So here we actually have a mix for Michael where his content, it's not overly edited. When I was first talking to him, I was saying like, hey, if we're gonna do this price, because he wanted like a little lower price essentially. Hey, if we're gonna do this price, I'm going to have to lower the editing for you, but I actually think that's gonna work in your favor. And then he was like giving some pushback like, oh man, like less edits, you know, because he has the preconceived notion that like, oh, the more edits the video is, the more engaging it's gonna be, the more people are gonna watch it and stay for longer, which just isn't true. Michael is a very good speaker. He knows how to talk. He knows how to sell the car rental business. So him in front of a camera talking is enough, but we have to organize his speech and make him talk about things in a certain way. So that wraps up the video for you guys. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something. If you guys want me to take you through the exact steps that I took Michael through in building his YouTube channel, definitely click the link in the description below. I'm going to take all your sales calls. I'm going to put it into Manus for you. Going to look through all that data, figure out your audience, segment them, and then create a killer YouTube strategy just like Michael, where he's bringing in sales calls just from YouTube. So if you want the same treatment, same setup, definitely click the link in the description. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.